Well, hello, everybody. We are back with Hammer Away. We got a lightning news flash. It is Monday. This ain't no April Fool's, but I'll tell you what, I kind of wish it was.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Because I'll tell you what happened. This is how it went down. And with me, you can see, is Sam Spade of Midnight Devils here in the studio in Florida. Now, let me do this real quick. And I'll tell you what, how you doing, Sam?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Viking Stew?
I was just telling him, look at this lighting. It's gorgeous.
The Rosses keep a very pink house.
I don't mind a lot of pink in the house.
No, but look at the other. I mean, it looks, there's just guitars everywhere. This is the way it should be, I think.
That it is. You're absolutely right. I mean, you know, that's like all the vinyl, all the whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it belongs. That's where it belongs. Yeah, no sooner. We were kind of trying to get this together today. We were both kind of unsure about when exactly it was going to happen because they're in the studio. As soon as I heard a whole bunch of rattling and going on outside, I realized it's hailing here like nobody's business. And I go upstairs to take a quick video, and that's right when you're like, "Hey, we're ready."
How much big hail? Did you get damage?
Oh man, I don't know if we did or not. Yeah, you good? You doing all right? My wife just got home.
Oh, cool.
About the tornado activity?
Yeah.
Ed is out checking. He says his car's got hail damage.
I'm sure mine does too.
So just to let you come home safe and
thank you. That's awesome.
hi to whoever.
Say hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hey,
Christine. It's my wife.
I just got back from the gym.
She went to work out.
well, good.
She was chasing. We had tornado activity just down the road here.
Yeah, tornado
Like
activity has been spotted in the area of Creveport Park. So
Yeah.
not only like literally in our backyard.
Yeah, right next door. So
It's like the plot of Twister. Helen Hunt soon.
yeah, right. I was wondering. I heard, and I didn't know what was going on. No, I took some video. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into I don't want this to take too long, but you know, if I can get to this video and if I can get it loaded into my system, I might even be able to play a little bit of it. So let me see if I can get it started. Hopefully it doesn't crap us out. So anyway, you're in Florida.
Yes, Boynton Beach, West Palm Beach. We're right there. We just flew in last night, and boy, are my arms tired. But no, we just flew in last night.
I've been driving for 40 years. Don't you think it's about time you pulled over and took a rest? They're all in there. So yeah, so you flew in last night, and then what's been the most awesome thing so far?
It's been pretty easy. I mean, this one was just we just had to come up to do a last few minute like a last 2 sessions for backing vocals and some guitar stuff. So it was really like a kind of more of a laid back trip. The last one we did we drove down here, and that was like, you know, a week-long excursion that we all did as a band, and it was really cool. We had a blast, and this record is just going to be a monster. So kind of coming back here again and listening to what Bam's been working on, what Cher's been working on, like I'm kind of blown away, and I'm very excited about what is to come and for people to hear this.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of things now? You're working with Rick Browdy, right?
Yes.
And
So
and tell me a little bit about that experience.
He picked us up from the airport last night, and we went out and had dinner at like a 24-hour diner. I'm just like, this is the way it should be. It's perfect. You know, lots of laughs and catching up. But he's been, you know, having Chip as our producer on the last one was amazing. And I really think it's pushed us in the right direction. And now having Rick here and Cher and Bam has pushed that direction even to another level. And it just has kind of blown me away. And to be in this creative environment, and just to kind of soak up the stories and just the atmosphere, it just lends itself to what I think is going to be a really great record.
That's outstanding. How many tracks are you guys working with?
14. We brought in 14 tracks, and we cut one that wasn't quite ready, and then we added another one. So I think the one that we added is probably going to be the first single.
Wow.
And they haven't told me that I can go ahead and talk about it yet, but it's going to probably be the first single, the first video.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So
wow. And then,
having Rick here, Rick's kind of out here calling the shots, and his expertise in this field is just unmatched.
Yeah, it's definitely he produced what did he produce? He produced the first Poison album, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was my very first CD.
It's funny thing. So and he doesn't talk too much about it, but there's two really good stories. Is that like we're staying at Rick's house for the next, and Sniper has to sleep in like the record room, the gold record room, so there's like hanging on the wall is like the gold or platinum Poison record, but we don't really talk about it that much. He's got some great stories about the sessions, but we're out at dinner last night, and it's me and Sniper and Rick, and we sit down to eat, and this family comes up, and the little girl's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys look like rockers," and the dad walks up, he goes, "You guys look like you're in Poison." And I laughing. I'm like, "This is the funny," and Rick's just rolling his eyes like, come on. I'm like, "This is the best story ever, Rick. You don't even understand."
Man, it's great to you just go to a 24-hour diner and you get one of the best stories of the recording aspects. That's great. So what did you order at the all-night diner?
I ordered like a Reuben sandwich or something pretty easy. Yeah.
There you go. Did they have fried chicken and waffles?
They had everything. It was a huge menu. Massive. It was exactly what you'd expect in Florida at a 24-hour diner.
I tell you what, if you're ever driving through Springfield, Illinois, they have this great diner there. It's a truck stop. It's called Star 66.
Okay.
Killer. Just like that. They have like a novel for a menu. It's like thick, and they have tons of stuff on there, and they have fresh pies up front. So really good.
I'm like, going on a diet tonight.
So you've been working on vocals all day today, right?
Yeah, since about noon.
And how does that go, like with these, especially when you're doing your last bit of tracks? How does that go today? Is it kind of in that vein where you do some things and then you kind of wait and hang for a minute, or how's that go?
We're still kind of flushing. So they had to during the initial sessions, we cut all the vocal tracks for the 14 songs. So my voice was pretty toast by the end, but they took notes and they knew we were going to come back. So when we came back, we just started going over the notes and fixing the spots that they thought needed to be fixed, and then kind of going over new ideas and like backing vocals, harmonies, and stuff like that. Like, will this work? Well, let's try it. Let's give it a try and see. So it's kind of a lot of that, like the back and forth, give and take. Let's see if this works. And for the most part, the ideas usually are good and they work, and we put them in there, and we're like, oh, that made the song even better.
Yeah. And are you feeling really confident about your growth into this record, being your third full record?
Yeah, and you know this as much as I do as being a singer. It's kind of like your voice is ever evolving, I feel.
Yes.
And I didn't. Going back to the first one in 2018, I wasn't as seasoned of a singer. I wouldn't say that I even am now, but I've sang enough to where I go, okay, I can kind of control my voice a little bit, like that superpower. And on this record especially, like I did 6 nights at the strip club every week, and then we didn't take any time off, and we just came straight here. So my voice is just like pure raw gravel, but to a way I can kind of control it.
Right.
And when we were like, we knew the songs we wanted to go in. We didn't want to have really long songs. We wanted to keep everything really short and simple. And Rick really pointed out, Rick and Cher both pointed out, like, the best songs are the songs that tell a story. So when you're going into writing these songs, have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and tell the story and narrate the story. And that was a whole new outlook for me on songwriting.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Some of our favorite songs over time, I'm sure if we thought about it, some of our favorite songs are on both ends of the spectrum, right? Where you have story songs, which are very popular, and that's what we were just saying. Is you were mentioning that's what they were saying. It's really good to have that story front to end, and then those songs that don't make sense,
Mhm.
like Def Leppard's "Rocket" or whatever those are, where they're just fun rhyming words
Yep.
that they're just here.
It's almost like
This,
you wanted to write a song that has a certain style and a certain flair, and then that's what you got.
yeah. Yeah, so you have those story songs, which are completely understandable from front to back, and then those that you're like, "I don't know what I'm singing, but damn, this is fun," and they're both totally popular. It's really wild.
Yeah, and Rick was really good about just keeping me on task, especially with the lyrics. And
Mm.
I don't have a problem writing lyrics, but sometimes like I would write a lot of the lyrics about stuff that has happened to us, so they kind of turn into like inside jokes, and he's like, I don't quite understand the inside joke, and I explain it to him. He goes, well, I see that, and that's funny. uh
Uh,
Nobody else is gonna understand it, so let's change it up a little bit here. And I was like, okay, no problem.
yeah, that's always good to pull that out, and then you're like, okay," you know? And it does depend. Sometimes you're like, but between everybody that listens to us right now, they
Right.
get it,
Right.
you
And then
know?
like he's like, you got to make these songs relatable so that any guy that ever, a guy, girl, whoever listens to this goes, I've been through that exact same thing. I know exactly what they're talking about. And I go, yep, all right, I can do that. Easy.
Yeah, yeah. Because you've had 2 albums where you stayed in your lane and did it that way, and it's
I
always
joke you put there. That was really good.
yeah. It's what's that?
Oh, because we have the second song on the last record. It's called "Stay in Your Lane."
Yeah, right, that's right. I did that on purpose.
I know, it was funny.
Uh,
4
I
points awarded.
I'm an unconscious on purpose kinda guy. But, you have that, and then being wise enough to listen to, a little bit of advice like that from a producer, again, going back to Def Leppard, I mean, they really, you
Hmm.
know,
And he's
from
got
Mutt, it
stories.
was like
He's like, Mutt Lang was just terrible on Joe Elliott. Just wrote him real hard, but the proof is in the pudding. And so that was like going in. I had a whole notebook full of songs, right? And he
mhm.
goes, okay, well, it's time to work. Rick says this. He goes, time to work on your lyrics. And I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be tough. And so I I go into the working room, and he goes, okay, here's where we're gonna start rewriting your lyrics. And I'm just like, this is brutal. And you kind of have to set your ego aside for a minute and look
Yeah.
at the records on the wall and be like, I trust this guy. He can't steer me wrong.
Right. I'm not just sitting in Joe Schmo's place, you know? This is all proof that it works, and, there's been there's probably been times, I'm sure, that somebody's asked you, "Hey, could you look at these lyrics? What do you think of these lyrics?"
Yeah.
And you and I have to take this hard-pressed look at it and go, "I this," and it's just that objective view where you have to go, "Well, yeah, all right, that's cool. You know, I remember when my friend asked me and I had to go, "Well, wow, all of this needs to change."
Yeah. And it's like you've written so many songs and you're like, I'm not thoroughly there's certain parts of songs that you're attached to because it means something to
Right,
you as the writer and you wrote it for a certain reason.
right.
But most of the time I'm like, I can change this and this, and there's still a million other songs and there's a million more records to come, and
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah, and we have to also realize that, Rick's there for your good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like he's sitting there going, "Well, I don't want him to do well. I'll tell him to do this stupid thing with this song," but he cares because he wants this to hit.
And going in, I watched a lot of videos and listened to a lot of podcasts of
Mhm,
very successful producers, George Martin, Tom Werman, all these guys, and what they did to create these unbelievable records and to push their artists to their full potential at the time.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, which oddly enough, you say that. I probably shouldn't say anything just because, but I w w Werman has worked on a lot of albums over the
Hmm.
years. But they've not always been my favorite albums by these, like Blue Oyster Cult's album that he did, I
Hmm.
thought was their worst album.
Yeah, and I even asked Rick about it. They were friends, and
Yeah.
he had a bunch of good stories about at least the working with him, and he goes, you know, certain albums, he's like, he wasn't really there, but his name was on the record, and blah blah, you know. And
Interesting.
yeah, I thought it was too. It's kind of, I can always ask Rick any of these questions about these people, and he always has a good story about them.
Yeah, yeah, because it's I just, you know, and in fact, the funny thing that's the reason I want to bring this up is I feel okay. Maybe I won't feel badly about it at all. I did what I did when I was talking and interviewing. Oddly enough, Cher is there, but when I interviewed Jan Keeneman, and the reason that I hung out with Cher and the band is because I interviewed Jan, and I was asking her about who they were going to work with on the next record after that first album. I was like, who are you going to work with on production? Because you used a lot of different people on this first one. And she said, I don't know. She goes, do you have any suggestions? And the first thing out of my mouth is, don't go to Tom Werman. Because I never felt like he brought out anything in the band. There was nothing new. It's like, here, this is what you want. Okay, well, let's record that.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes they weren't the best. Whatever. But that was just a thing. But damn it, it's weird when you look back and see all the albums that he did do that I love.
Yep.
So again, who am I? But it's just weird like that.
Yeah. And
Just
that's, I feel that felt that way too. I mean, when we had to decide on who's going to do this, where we were going to do this, it just was like, do we go with Chip? Well, we already know what Chip's going to bring to the table, and we don't want a repeat of the last album. Well, not that it wasn't bad, but I think it's
correct.
You have to grow and push your limits and your boundaries.
Yep.
And
I think he'd want you to do that.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone.
Yes. Yeah. And especially, you know, going down. Now, where did you record the last album?
At Chip's house in
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty comfortable. You're right there in the same geographic area, you know. And so now this one you're going off, and you're really, I mean, what a team of people, dude.
It's incredible.
I'm so happy for you guys.
And we'd met, and it all worked out so well because we met Bam on our first big fucking tour. Sorry, I keep swearing. Our first,
I don't give a shit.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that was allowed to swear, but we met Bam on our first tour. He was drumming with the Choir Boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Big tour, our first kind of big break, and we met both of them, Bam and Cher, and became friends. And they were like, "Oh man, we're back again to do this record now." It came full circle from our first big tour.
Wow, that's so outstanding. I would, you know, I just I'm just looking forward to hearing everything. And what is a foreseeable release date, time frame, month?
The plan is right now we have to be in Australia. We're going to Australia in July, I believe. Okay. So our plan is to have something here. I'll even give you this exclusive for the Viking Stew show here. Camera away. We're doing Australia in July, and then at the end of that tour, we're going to be doing a week in Japan.
Oh wow!
So our goal is to have something, if not the full record, out before that time.
Wow! Outstanding. That's so cool. That's going to be great. You guys.
That was the biggest goal. Just going into this year, I go, well, what's our main goals? Our main goals is to have the third record out and to go to Japan. So everything else is irrelevant.
Right.
Let's make those two things happen, and then we'll figure out the rest from there.
Yeah. And Japan, I'll tell you what, man, it just seems like the hot spot right now for all of us, you know, here in the States, where it's like, you know, or even just for tours. It's so many people are going there.
Yeah.
Right now.
And we talked, you know, when we were in Europe, and just even the shows there were just dynamite. Everywhere we went was just killer. It's the appreciation for great music, the appreciation for rock and roll, the creativity, and it translates to the US, but not as well.
Right. Wow. Well, if you need an extra stagehand, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I will be available in July. So
all right.
You know, might have to talk about that. I'm working on losing some weight, so you know we can. I don't have to eat much.
I know we're training together. awesome.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I did some bench pressing today, by the way.
Carrie has a 15-year-old kid, and I've been taking him to the gym. And when I would go to the gym, I would only like run and do a little bit of this and that.
Yeah.
And now he's going, and he keeps me pretty honest, so that even if he doesn't do as much weight as me, he'll sit there and scream at me till I do all the weight. And it's good. It makes me feel good. Like you know how it is. You're like, you kind of got a little teammate, and that's really cool.
We all need that.
Mm-hmm.
We all need that, you know.
Like I let him down, and I'm gonna get out of the house and I'm gonna lace up my shoes and we're going to the gym. I don't want to let him down.
No. I was proud of my wife today for going. I'm just so glad she made it back safely. You know, she's getting out there and working with a trainer and kicking ass. I love it.
Here in Florida, it's like Bam and Shara, just that they love health food, and so we just eat like all the most amazing food with protein shakes in the morning, and it's a really cool thing.
That's great. That's great. You know, I've often said, you know, I'd probably eat if I ate less crap and just ate less, then those things that are better for me would taste better rather than going, ugh.
Yep.
You know, well, okay, fat ass, why don't you just stop eating for a little bit? And when you're really hungry, you'll eat the things you should.
Yeah.
You know,
yep. That's all you have.
Yeah, right. And you know, it is. I want to be around for a long time. We got grandkid coming, so it's you know, that's the reason why right now. So so right now you're in kind of the sitting room, just kind of a hangout room.
Yeah, this is yeah. So I'll kind of take you around here and show you. Yeah, this is I guess would be a songwriting room of some sort, pianos and stuff. But when we were all together in the band, we did the drums are here and we did all the tracking. We were all in the same room.
Cool.
It's very cool. And then I don't know if the guitar room's open or not. I can go look.
Okay. I'll try not to make too much noise.
Oh, it looks like it's closed.
Okay.
But there's like an isolation booth. That's one of the rooms.
Sweet. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I went into Nashville and went with some friends who were recording, and it was in a house as well, and it was really cool.
So now we like walk out of the room we were just in.
Yeah.
And then there's the pool, which we did not.
Wow.
And then like I'm gonna kind of show you right here. They're playing. I don't know if you can see in there or not.
Yeah, we can.
Looks like they're right in the middle of the session.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
It looks like they're playing guitar solos right now.
Man, and everybody's feeling healthy. Everybody went back down there healthy.
Yeah, great.
Good.
Actually.
Good. I'm glad to hear it, because that's, you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, we got to go back and finish, and I'm feeling good, they're feeling good, but this guy's feeling like shit, or you know, whatever.
I think that was going in. I was like, I knew that as soon as I got back home, like, okay, get back to the program, start running, start eat, and make sure that I don't get sick, or that I am healthy as a horse, so I'm ready to go. It's like preparing for the tour or whatever.
Yeah.
Praying for any show, really.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what's your first gig when you get back home?
We're off for another month, and then we go to the M3 in Columbia, Maryland. Yep. So we'll do that, and then we got a small tour in Texas with Handsome Dick Manitoba, the lead singer of the Dictators. We're going to do like 3 or 4 shows with them, and then Australia in July.
Wow, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Well, then I don't want to keep you too long. I want you to go ahead and get back in and do that thing, and keep busy with everybody else and stay in the groove. And
I'm gonna go see if I can get a high from these guys. Let's go see.
Oh man, that would be outstanding.
Just for you, Stu.
Man, I appreciate it. I mean, this is my dream stuff right here. And nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
Man.
Everybody, why are you wearing the Van Halen shirt?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, let's see. See if I can jump in here. Do you guys have time to say hi to Viking Stew? We're on a video. Here we go.
Oh, got you.
Hey,
This is
Hey,
Cher,
how are
yeah.
you?
is that my friend Cher? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It is so great to see you and say hello. I'll tell you, it's
Hi, back at you too.
as you saw the photo earlier, it's been a couple of
That's
days.
it. Fabulous.
That was so great. So great. Such a great
There's
night.
Mike. Say hi to Viking Stew.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Hey, what's shaking?
Just playing a little guitar, you know.
Oh, yeah, buddy. You're doing a great job, man.
Oh, thanks.
I'm
Get back to
loving
work.
everything.
They're chanting your name as I left.
Outstanding. Yeah, I'll put let her know that I'd be so eager to talk to her, have her on the show sometime.
Yeah, I know they're working on new stuff right now.
Yeah. Wonderful.
For I think it was the Twin Flames.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, because I'll have to Twin Flames. That's cool.
Twin Flames Radio.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. Well, then I'll let you get back to it. And really, dude, I know this works out for both of us, and it's a great thing for both of us. But from my end, of course, I really appreciate you doing this and taking some time.
No problem at all. Anytime. Like I said.
Yeah.
Whenever
It's a blast, dude. Thank you for the inside view.
You've had the potential to catch me at some of the coolest moments, like when we were overseas backstage. You know, those are some awesome times.
Yeah, and that reminds me, I'll have to get a hold of you about Vega too. I got to get a contact for them.
Pete, our boy Pete.
Yeah. So let's talk about that then. We can text about that later. So
sounds great.
I would love to get those guys on. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
great stuff.
Pete's a good dude, a great producer and an engineer. He worked on all these. I think he might have. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but he worked on the brand new Judas Priest record. So he had a hand in mixing that.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be doing a little show about that, and I'm going to couple that in with some information from 1986.
Okay.
So I'll be doing just a short little video about that.
What a badass record. The singles are just monster.
Lord, yes. Just it's so kick-ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just had this gentleman on, Stuart Corden. I mentioned him in our text earlier, and they got this new Blitz album that's coming out.
Yeah.
And it's Kicking Up a Storm, and that's the name of the album, and it's great. I'm getting ready to review it as soon as I'll let you get rolling, and then I'm gonna keep the show going here, and I'll do a quick review of it. So
cool. Well, I'll check it out. It's one that's posted.
Yeah, definitely be somebody to, like I say, I don't know how it all works. I don't know what the interests are and how you do that when you go to the UK, but I'll tell you what, that if I could get Wayward Son, this is the new one.
Mm-hmm.
If I get Wayward Sons and Blitz and Midnight Devils,
yes,
in a tour here in the States would be kick ass. You know, and I'm not just kidding. That's no April Fool. That is dead on the truth. That would
any way we could, we can make that happen.
I would hope so. I'll talk to Toby again, and I'll talk with I mentioned it to Stuart the other night too, because you know, I feel it. It would be kick ass all night long. All night long. Be so good. All right, brother. Well, you have a great rest of the evening and take care. I'm glad everybody's healthy and working hard and getting it done, because we need some of that new music. We can't wait.
I appreciate it. You're gonna love it. I already know you're gonna dig it.
I can't wait, man. I tell you what, I've dug the first two already, and subsequently, you know, first one kicked ass, second one kicked ass even a little more, and so I'm truly looking forward to this, working with that team you got there, man.
It's gonna be a party when it comes out.
All right, brother. Well, you have a great one, and I'll let you roll, and we will see you real soon.
Thank you so much, Stu. It's great seeing you. Great
seeing you too, brother. Take care. Thanks again.
Yep.
All right. All righty. All right. Well, hey, let's keep this rolling with a little bit of a review, and I'm going to add in a little photo here if I can. Maybe I can't. Can I? Why can't I? I can't. Okay, no problem. No problem whatsoever. So anyway, the other day we had Stuart Corden, if you'll notice on my backdrop on that show, I had a B in there, not a D. So I was able to fix it. That's the beauty of being a graphic designer yourself. There's no there's no putting that stuff in and then you're like, how do I fix that now? Could you get that done? No, I do it myself. I can do it myself, and I got it changed during the show. If you'll notice, that's my little what do they call it? Easter egg. Hey, Easter egg in that show that I just did with Stuart. So hey, Blake, how's it going? I was on the lookout for that tornado. I know, right? I didn't even know it was there. I figured it was because we had the sirens going. But you know what? I don't know if I can. I wonder if I can bring that in. It might be a little too big, but let me see. I downloaded it. Let me see if I can find it here. Downloads. No, there it isn't. There it is. But you know what? Let me try something here real quick because I would like you to all see this. It's some heavy duty footage, and I went out on my porch and took it. Let me go to my downloads here and see what happens. Because maybe, just maybe. All right, there's that. All right. I don't know. I guess this is it. Hang on. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me see if I can bring this up. If I click on it like this, I bring it over here. It's on my phone, so it's going to look skinny. Let me see if it'll let me bring it up. Okay, let's see if I can do a present. See if I can share it. Let me select the screen. Okay, so maybe it will. Hold on. I might be able to. Is it going to do it or no? Why isn't it doing it? Let me try this. Let me try presenting a video file, maybe. Maybe that'll do it. This is nuts, man. Here it is. All right, let's see. Your browser is having trouble. Video. This can happen if the file is invalid. What? Oh, hold on a second. I know. I'm so sorry, folks. It's kind of crazy. Let's see if we can do a quick action. See if we can customize it. No. Let's see if I can drop it in to here. You hear that? So it was really brutal. You can hear it. I was in the basement here getting things together, and the next thing I'm just hearing things hitting, and I'm like, this is hail. I can tell. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. No. That's not going to work. I know. You're just hearing this. It makes no sense. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we'll move on. Share. Okay. It's not going to. No. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so what am I hearing? Okay, now everything's getting weird because I don't know what the heck I don't know what I'm hearing now. What? Now I just got stuff going that I have no clue what's going on. This is really strange. So, what am I hearing now? I don't like this at all. Okay, I don't know. So strange. QuickTime player, maybe that's it. Quit. Nope, that's not it. What is playing? This is driving me bananas. I don't know. There it is. Okay. Close that. All right. The things I do to myself. The things I do to myself. Okay, so now here we go. Hi. I'm back. I'm sorry. All right. What a weird thing that was. Okay, so this new album by Blitz, it is called okay, I got to close that. And let's pull this up. All right. So it is called Kicking Up a Storm. It's got 10 tracks. The beauty of this album, let's speed this up. The beauty of this album is that it's one of these new albums that I really, really like this, that it's going back to a nice, quick album. Remember that the members of the band of Blitz are Stuart Corden on bass and lead vocals, Kevin Simpson on guitars and backing vocals, and on drums and backing vocals is Matt Davis. Now, I don't know that I think that this album has a different cover. I think at one point the cover was going to be something that was more indicative of manga, like their former albums, which I love that. And even their song Freddie Said, the single, has this kind of artwork with multiple images, like manga images of Freddie Mercury. But I don't know whether that's going to hold true. Right now, I think that artwork that they're talking about is on the it's on the single right now of it's the Breakneck. I think that artwork, if you look up the Breakneck video, that's the artwork. It's kind of got a black outer area with some manga-ish art of the band in the middle. So I don't know if that's remaining or how that's working, but the other album cover is different that I was looking at. So I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here real quick. There it is. Okay, so I think this is the actual album art. I think I brought it up on the screen the other night, and as soon as she loads in, and I'll throw it up there. Here we go. So I think this is the album cover, but it doesn't. It's not anything manga, so I don't know. Nocturnal Miss So manga images of Freddy. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it, and you can see it. Otherwise, let me see here what we've got. If I can say Blitz, Freddy Said images. Okay, so here's an image. Let me see if I can save this, and then I can bring it up on the screen. And again, I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping here all of a sudden. So Freddie Said, we can save that. Let's go back to it and see what it looks like. Because if it's the wrong kind of file, I can't put it in. That's just the way it goes. So I got to back up. And we're going to go here. Art. No, that's not right. But yeah, it's really cool. And I love when they do themed stuff like this. And I'm a little sad that it may not be that. Yeah, I need to do a let's see here. Is that right? Quick actions, convert image, actual size, convert to JPEG. There we go. All right. So let's see if we can bring this in for you and you can take a look at it because it's worthwhile. And there we go. And here, I don't know who caught the vinyl integration last night. That was a lot of, I thought it was a lot, it turned out to be a lot of fun. Here you go. Freddie said, there it is right there. There you go. So it's kind of cool. So you got the classic Harlequin kind of outfit, and then you've got that the later on outfits, kind of like the Radio Gaga times, and then of course you've got the what is the name of that song? Any other day I can think of the name of the damn song. Gee. And they got the vacuum cleaner. I think it's from Hot Spaces, right? That's disgusting when I do that. It really is. So anyway, it's the first line of the song. Let's just look it up, shall we? Oh, and by the way, I ordered my Conquest box set for this upcoming. I did my pre-order, and I did the big one. I want to break free. That's the name of it. I didn't look it up. I didn't see it. I want to break free. That's the name of the song. There, I've been vindicated. All right, I've vindicated myself. So there we go. So let's get into this review. So this is going to also, this quick review is going to have just small notes from me. The whole album is fantastic. You're really going to enjoy it if you dig that good kind of that metal edge hard rock. I can't call it metal, really. It's not hair metal either. It's just a great hard rock, heavy hard rock album, front to back. And this here, it has the songs. So they had their own little thing in here in their press kit. So I thought I'd start there. So Breakneck is 3 minutes and 12 seconds. It's the opening track. The first single from the album, this song evolved from a blues-based riff into an explosive metal groove, courtesy of Matt Davis, the man in the engine room of Blitz. The sessions for this song pushed everybody to and beyond the limit, but the final result speaks for itself. A real heads-down crowd pleaser. Literally, it's about being out on the road and the never-ending saga of trying to find somewhere to eat at 3 a.m. in the morning after a gig. Oh, yeah. The whole COVID thing killed that for we musicians, good or bad. I probably could not worry about that so much, but I do have to prep meals beforehand because I don't eat a matter of hours before a gig. So, but I just say, from that, I just say this is a great bombshell of an opener, because again, it's really, it's just about my review of this album goes on the outside of what they're saying, because I just love it. I like all the songs on it. Shell Shocked is next. That's 3:15 long. This was the last song we wrote for the album. There's obviously an AC/DC vibe to this song, and there is. I caught that when I was listening to it earlier. When it was first taken into rehearsals, Matt and Stewart put a real twist on the rhythm section that moved it into a kind of Rammstein meets Van Halen Metallica feel. There's almost a dance beat element that makes it totally Blitz. Definitely a song that goes down well live. Even Matt Ellis, our producer, proclaimed this was one of his best recorded songs. We hadn't paid him we hadn't paid him at this point, so, so that's good. So it's very heavy, and it's a real party tune. It's a great follow-up tune to Breakneck, and just keeps things rolling, which rolls right into a 3-minute 3:04 song called COG, Crawling on Glass. This song has a real Van Halen Cheap Trick influence. It all started with Kev's riff and became this upbeat summer roll down your car windows and blast it out anthem. The chorus structure really moves underneath the vocals and is the kind of song we are known for. Although on this album, we feel the material is a lot more diverse, we've never wanted to put ourselves in a corner or be known for just one style. We like to take chances, just like the bands we love. Literally, or lyrically, it's about the barroom critics every musician can encounter along the way. The kind of person full of advice. I have a story for this, usually from the perspective of a person that's never really done anything. The guy claiming to have the keys to the kingdom, but is as drunk as a skunk and can't afford the taxi fare home. The solo has a bucket load of melody with lots of feel. This song is always great to play live and was a dream to record. Now, I have to admit, I might repeat some of the things that they say because I really didn't read through what they said before I wrote what I wrote. So I'm eager to see whether any of what I say is what they said. I said it's reminiscent of some classic Poison, maybe especially the opening riff is reminiscent of Ride the Wind for me, mixed with a classic rock edge, which is interesting that I say classic rock edge because I caught just a skosh of U2, a U2 vibe on the back end of that track because there was something familiar about it the whole time to me. Not exact, but it just that's what took me a minute. I didn't quite get it. And then right towards the end, I kind of felt the choral um, vibe, that big ending, that thing that U2 does. Um, so anyway, really great track though. Number 4 is Keep Moving On. It's at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. This was the first song we recorded for Kicking Up a Storm, and we set the bar high in terms of writing and production. A strong AC/DC love letter with a funkadelic middle section and a melodic guitar solo and crushing outro. Without a doubt, a fan favorite, they say. The video for this song was filmed by Jay Hillier, known for his work with Black Star Riders and Wayward Sons, and filmed at Real Time Live in Chesterfield, one of our favorite live haunts. And I said, just a quick little note, a great rockin' anthem. That's the beauty about this one. Keep Moving On is a great anthem. And as I said about this one, this has to be a blast to play live. Number 5 is We Are the Power, 3 minutes and 14 seconds. There are songs you write where you can imagine the audience singing back to you. And this is one of those songs. We have a reputation for big anthems, and this is a banger. Lyrically, it's a celebration of life, love, and rock and roll, finding your own path and following your dreams. From its tribal drum intro, classic rock riff, the song lifts into the total feel-good vibe and the catchy gang vocal chorus, We Are the Power. And I said it's another great radio-worthy party anthem. That's exactly what it is. So it's got a great hook. It's everything you want to sing, right? Number 6, Addicted to Corruption. I started thinking of Addicted to That Rush. Addicted to Corruption is 419, and this song changed a hell of a lot from its original demo form, keeping in line with Breakneck's big riff. Heads down approach. It leans into Matt Davis's powerhouse drumming, creating a full metal onslaught. We always wanted to be the kind of band who could do anything and not box ourselves in a corner. A good song's a good song, regardless of its full-on metal or good time rock and roll. So I said that it's a blasting opening ride. The blasting opening rides right into a killer metal drive. One of those just great, heavy, get on your motorcycle and ride tunes, or hop in your car and go cruising. It's a great track, Addicted to Corruption. And it's big though. It's not like you're, kind of that vibe in the beginning of Rockstar where there's like, singing out that song in the beginning in the car. Number 7, I'll Find You in Yesterday is 4 minutes and 5 seconds. The theme of this song is about how music can be a doorway to meeting people and seeing places that you may never have encountered without being around music and the insanity of musicians. Kev wrote the piano parts, then the vocal melody, and lyrics really flowed quickly once he played me the music. When I sang it in the studio, I really connected with the vibe of the song. I remember Matt Ellis saying, "Great job." A comment like that from Matt means a lot. Hopefully, when people hear this song, it will remind them of people and places within the rock community that have become part of their lives. We ask people to send us pictures that capture times and memories that rock music has given them. The response was incredible. We fit all the pictures into the video, and it embodies the sentiment of the song perfectly. Wow. And I said it's a classic style monster ballad. And who doesn't love those, right? It's got that Journey vibe, 1984 right in there. And Stewart's gravelly vocals, I thought, in this song really drive it home and give it a different it gives it a different passion, not like, the Journey songs where it's Steve's, these stellar notes that I can't touch, so different singers have to come up with different ways of portraying that passion and getting that across. And evidently Stewart and I do it a lot alike. We're in that same vein. Sometimes I say when notes get too high, I just put on my Danny Joe Brown and go at it. So anyway, let's see here. Freddie Said is next. Track number 8 at 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Without a doubt, this song is the most complex arrangement wise. It's very theatrical, very Broadway, grandiose, and orchestral in its key changes and dynamics. Lyrically, it's an homage to Freddie Mercury and Queen, who are a major influence and inspiration on all things Blitz. And I had mentioned that it's another, this track, of course, being that it's an homage to Queen and Freddie Mercury, of course, it's a radio-worthy track, which got a great catchy solo with that killer dual guitar tone, that Thin Lizzy thing. I love that. I love when my guitarist does that. I said, it's really cool. Number 9 is Hesitate, which I'll mention something else here in just a second. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We always fully demo songs before we go into our studio of choice. And this song is very different from the demo. Kev has a home studio that gives us a chance to work on arrangements and ideas, and this winds up being a cross between Sammy Hagar and Paul Stanley. From the beginning riff to the way the bass and drums work together to a soaring guitar solo that takes the song up a level. It's classic Blitz. Lyrically, it's about the mistakes you can make in relationships. The classic guy meets love of his life and screws it up. There are so many layers, it could be easy to underestimate. A strong solo section and the heartfelt vocal totally sell it. And I had mentioned that here's another great radio-friendly rocker. My original title on this was called Give Me Tonight. Call it what you will, though. I call it a hit. It's a great song. Hesitate, number 9. Number 10, the final track on the album is the title track. And that's not, I shouldn't say it that way. This is one of those rare occasions where you have the title track at the end of the album. Sometimes it's the single at the end of the album. That happened with the Outfield when they put out Bangin', and Since You Were Gone was like later in the album. So this is their title track, and it's not the first track, it's the last. So Kicking Up a Storm. And you know what? I didn't, why don't I have the, give me just a second. I know it doesn't matter to everybody, I'm sure, but it is 3 minutes and 24 seconds. An impromptu jam session at a sound check gave birth to this funk metal monster with its wah-laden solo and offbeat hi-hat dance feel. The lyrics reflect how sometimes in life You have to kick up a storm to get results. Follow your dreams, take no shit, and don't let anyone hold you back or stand in your way. And I said, if this one's probably my longest something, I said it's just as stated above. Great groove and passion. It's got this just a great vibe. And this is one of my favorite performances by Stuart Corden. Uh, really rich blues feel in the melody and in his tone. Uh, as my theme says, can you dig it? There's a real like Thin Lizzy, Black Star Riders vibe here. Also, it's a great way to end an album, leaving us wanting more, and that's my big deal. Is you need that song if it's a ballad, okay, that's fine. But it better be something with the greatest frickin' ending of all time because it's gotta be huge. It's gotta be passionate because if it's a ballad, it's gonna end the album, right? Boom. This is full of passion and emotion, and you got to end the album out, right? But if you don't have that, then you need something that's going to have power in it and something that's going to be interesting, that when you get to the end of this exciting track, you're not done yet, but you are. The 35 minutes has ended. The ride is over. Do you want to go again? Or what? I mean, if you have to be let out of the park, you can't wait till you get to come back, right? So just a thought. Just a thought. But that is the my rundown of that album. It's a great album. I'm telling you. You're gonna want to check it out. Let me see here if I can find let's see. Japan's been a hot spot since the grunge took over. Yeah, and I mean, it's always been a pretty cool hot spot for hard rock and metal. They've always dug it. I tell you what, I don't know if I can find it. I don't know. Yeah, it's right here. I think it's right here. See, so look at this. So here's something I created in high school, and I still have some of it. It just makes me smile when I see it. Now this is all the white paper. I used gold as well, but here is some stationery that I created in graphic arts class in high school. And who is it? Yeah, it's Kiss. So I found this great picture of them in Japan with their kimonos on, and I screened it a bit, and so I could write on it, and it's in the background. So Japan has always been a great home to metal and hard rock, among other things, and they love creating it themselves too. Bandmade. If you haven't heard Bandmade, check it out. It's great stuff. Hey, Drew. So yeah, jump on that Conquest deal maybe sometime. Yeah, they have it going on right now. You can go in and do the pre-order. There's one at $50 and there's one at 85. Let me see if I can pull that up. If I still have that pulled up, and I can tell you a little bit about it. I may have closed. No, I didn't close it because I was looking at my let's see, continue browsing. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see here if I can get back to it. Let's go back to Conquest here. There it is right there, Conquest. So yeah, they have the brand new album Paradox is coming out, and they have the CD and vinyl pre-order. All right. So I'm going to go into that and then I'll tell you what they've got. So on the first pack, they have, let me see, maybe I can actually put this over here. And I think I brought it up on the screen before. This I think I can do. If it'll do it, I don't know. It's like, okay, so stop. Okay, let's try it again. I don't get it. It won't even bring it up. It won't even let me. I hit the share screen, but it won't let me do it. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, so they have the first pack, which is $50 even. You get, let me see here, quick view. You get the vinyl. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. If I do that, I don't know. Why don't they tell me what I'm getting? Anyway, you get a vinyl, you get the CD, and you get some guitar. You get guitar picks. You get a Conquest sticker, logo sticker, and you get a T-shirt in the size that you need. Okay. Then you can also do the one that's $85. That's the one I went and got today because you get the shirt, you get the vinyl volumes 1 and 2, you get an autographed CD, you get a promo picture as well, and you get the Conquest sticker and guitar picks. So it's twice the amount of vinyl for that, and it's great autographed stuff. So I'm in. It's cool. Of course, they're local. I mean, I'll see them here, but anyway, looking forward to seeing Angel on Friday night, and it's going to be like that. So I can't wait. I'm going to take my buddy John with me, I do believe, today. Bandmade does look cool. Bandmade. All right, Drew, what is a song? Anybody else? And then I'll get out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the tour, the talk, and a little bit of a tour of the studio where the Midnight Devils are recording. There is a song. Tell me if there's a song that that you never get tired of hearing it. It's a song that drives you. It's a song that you're like, no matter what playlist you make, if it's something that's supposed to fire you up, that song always goes on it. So you may have like a playlist for working around the house. You may have a playlist for driving in the car. You may have a playlist for doing video game play, especially with Rocket League or something like that. Very competitive. Is there a song that fits that you would put in all three of those? Mine, there are multiples of that for me, but I'll tell you one song by Bandmade that do it for me every time is Thrill. So start there if you want. Start on that album, do whatever you want. But if you want to, they hooked me. I saw Thrill, that video, and I was hooked. All right. And plus it's got a bass solo on it, so that doesn't hurt. So, but gotta head out. All right. I hope she's having a great evening. Take care, Miss So. I know I'm a little late on that, but all the same. So yeah, let me know if there's a song that you dig and you like to put it into everything. Now, the one thing I did mention, and I want to get back to this before I go, I did tell you I had some stories. I had a story about the one. What is it? Let's see. What was the song? Keep Moving. What was it? What was the one where it talks about the person who's bad mouthing? Oh yeah. It's Crawling on Glass. Lyrically, it's about a barroom critics. Okay, so here's a little story for you. I was in a band. Yeah, bass solos never hurt. So I was in a band singing. I was the front man, and I love the song. What is it? Is it Learn to Fly? Learning to Fly? Learn to Fly. Learn to Fly is the Foo Fighters, right? So I love that song. I always wanted to do it. And we did it once and it went just fine. But then I was singing it the second time and I kind of lost my place because I wasn't used to it. We hadn't had a lot of rehearsals. I can give you any excuse in the book. Basically, it came down to I didn't practice it enough. Okay. No excuses. I just hadn't practiced it enough. And I had a moment where I was so into the song and I lost my place. And I missed a lyric. And at the end of the gig, my drummer's like, hey, some guy out there in the crowd was like, hey, oh, man, you missed that vote and missed that line or that lyric or whatever. I'm like, okay. I mean, for me, I don't care. Ultimately, I don't care. It's just the fact that somebody's got to pitch a bitch because I'm like, look, if they'd have just come up to me like a man and said, hey, you messed that up. Can I try it? I'd go, fine. Absolutely. Give it a shot. And if they would have done a great job, I'd have been like, nice job. You killed it. You do know that song. You do love that song. Thank you. I'm glad you did so well. However, if they couldn't do it, then I just tell them to shut the hell up and just don't say anything. Because if you're not willing to get up there and do it yourself, just go home or just keep it shut. Because who needs all that kind of crap talk if you can't do what they're doing? You know, it's not like I missed the whole song. I missed a couple of words and that was it. You know, you're like, no, people just don't need that. There's no time for that. I don't get butthurt by it. It's just a waste of my time. You know, show up or shut up. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Drew. So well put. So well put. Takes so much less time to say that than all my words. But I did have another guy come up to me one time, this old dude. And I mean, this is, before I was so close to being an old dude. But I had just started out and we're doing great. I mean, it wasn't like it was my first gig. We were in for a while. And we played a gig and this old dude came up to me and little skinny guy with he looked like Leland Sklar's older brother, but shorter. And he's like, man, you're a joke. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? You're a joke. And I was like, that's great. Wait, hold on. One more time. I just want to make sure I heard you right. Like, just one more time. He goes, what? And I go, just one more time. And he goes, you're a joke. And I go, that's what they tell me at home. Thanks. Just want to make sure I had that right. Man, thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, all right. I love rewiring people when they try to dick with you. It's just freaking hilarious. That one, and that's a good one. And also, you have to ask yourself one question: do I care? I don't. So let's just move on and save your words. Take your bullshit somewhere else. All right, guys. This is always a blast hanging with you guys. I really appreciate you being here. Make sure you like and subscribe, and do that with everybody that you're swimming around out here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that button and subscribe. I mean, there's so much good content out here. I find stuff every day. I'm sure you guys do too, and hopefully I can be a part of that and doing good things for you guys. So thank you very much. I know Sam appreciates it, and I'm looking forward to this brand new album by them when it's coming out this summer. So keep your eyes open for that. I will keep you up on that, and I will have a review for you as soon as I can get it to do. Okay. I hope you didn't get fooled too badly. I know I didn't. We had little toy cockroaches all over work, though. Ugh. All right. Take it easy, guys.